Hello internet and viewers, name is Petrifying. So, this is kinda awkward. I haven't really made a Storytime video in like 11 months. And I know I said I would post a Storytime video in summer, but I figured you guys would like this easy to make shorts. But up to date now, or whenever you're watching this video, there are 13 days left of summer and September 8th is when school will start again. So I decided I could share a pretty funny story that happened to me in 3rd grade. So buckle up, because this will be a very interesting story. Oh, and to avoid any copyright problems, I'm going to call this console Nintendo. Look, I can't come up with any other better name, okay? Besides, I used that term before. Anyway, let's just get started. It all started on a regular day of school. As I was getting ready, I remembered something. My friend told me to bring your Nintendo to school tomorrow because he was going to bring his. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to bring my Nintendo to school tomorrow. And little did I know that he was actually joking. But my dumb self believed him. So I put the Nintendo in my backpack and my mother noticed and said, are you sure it's a good idea to bring that to school? It could get lost or stolen. My idiotic self said, what's the worst that could happen? Eventually I left and I could tell she was worried. So eventually I got to the school, and by the way, we have to wait to go to the class in the cafeteria because they allowed school breakfast for some random reason. I'm typically the first or second one to be there, so I usually wait a pretty long time. At some point, most of my classmates were there and I showed them my Nintendo. And my friend gave me a weird look and said, dude, why did you bring your Nintendo? Well, he told me to bring it to school yesterday. Dude, I was just joking. Oh well, I'm still playing it at recess. Don't do that, you'll get in so much trouble. Clearly my friend was way more intelligent and aware of the consequences of bringing such a crucial piece of technology to a place that would definitely not allow that. But my younger self did not listen, and eventually he will learn his valuable lesson. Before lunch started, nothing really happened. It was just an all regular and boring school day. However, when lunch came, it was very interesting. Strap in, guys, it gets good. So I take out my Nintendo and go to the gate and sit down on an uncomfortable rocky ground. I don't remember what game we were playing, but it must have been a really cool game because almost all my classmates formed around me and watched me play. However, only one of those classmates weren't there. One of those classmates has absolutely betrayed younger me. But how? How did the students bring my mood to happy and excited to worried and scared? Well, he told the counselor and got me in trouble. Yup, that's right, that student which almost everybody hated ratted me out. So the counselor grabbed my Nintendo and walked away. So I followed her and kept telling her to not do this and please don't take my Nintendo, I begged. But then one of my classmates stepped in and tried his very best to convince her not to take it. Although I really appreciated his efforts, unfortunately it didn't work, and when the teacher came to pick up the class, she was sadly informed about the mishap and was really mad. And instead of her yelling at me, she decided to act like it was her Nintendo in a condescending and sarcastic tone. And of course I was mad and afraid that she might actually take my Nintendo, but of course she wasn't. Also, fun fact, my friend like a couple years ago later told me that in that situation he was mad and disgusted by her, and how she was bragging about having a belonging that wasn't hers, which I appreciated. So usually when I was at the school, I was typically the last one to be picked up by my dad. Which now that I think about it, why was I always the last one there? Like, what was the holdup? When my dad got there and a Nintendo in hand with confusion, I tried my hardest to get me and him out of there, but the jig was up and the teacher told him everything. And he acted very upset. Well, on our way home, he actually wasn't that upset at me, which was quite surprising because my dad never usually took problems that lightly, even nowadays. But just because he wasn't that upset doesn't mean he wasn't upset at all. He banned me from using my Nintendo for a week or two, which I'm surprised that's all that I got for a punishment. Like, was he just really happy on that particular day, or was I just super lucky? Either way, I hope you've enjoyed this funny story time video. And Dad, if you're watching this, which you probably are because I show you my videos, why were you so nice on that day when you decided my punishment? Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, I'm just morally asking. Did you get a raise at work? Did you find a $100 bill on the way to work? Did you get complimented by your boss at work? I don't really know, which is why I'm asking you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this animation, do me a favor and like this video for more Storytime animations. And I'll see you all in the next one.